Oh, okay, we are live. Sorry, I've got a crazy setup going on. I've put on like really quiet music. If it's too loud, you have to let me know. I've got like a tiny kitchen table. We've like somehow got two monitors up because it's just me today. So hopefully I can make it work. But yeah, we are live with episode 99, which is crazy, of Nansen Office Hours. It is just me. I'm going to be going through our whole product, or like as much of it as I can, in 1 hour, and I'll also look at like new updates. If you want to try Nansen for yourself, right now is the best time to do it because we have got up to 50% off as part of our Black Friday sale. So annual subs can also enter into a raffle to win holiday swag from Nansen, which is very amazing. I won't even get it, which I'm very sad about. So yeah, make sure that you check that out. I'll do like a quick look at it before we start the episode as well. So make sure that you drop your GMs in the chat, ask anything that you'd like before we start. If you're new to office hours, every Wednesday we do this. So it's like a Nansen and chill session. We will look at new features, answer any questions from you, provide alpha leaks, hopefully. So yeah, make sure that you subscribe, turn notifications on so you don't miss anything in the future. Coming up into December tomorrow, almost Christmas, which is very exciting. But anyway, sorry if I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my other monitor. You get to see my horrible side profile, big nose. Okay, give me a second. Let's do this one. Okay, hopefully everyone can see that. Yes, you can. Okay, so what we are going to start with, because it might be the most interesting for everyone, is we will look at like tokens, so DeFi in general. And I thought, where is the best place to start for that? Then our brand new feature, which we have, which is fresh wallets. So we will look at that first. Actually, I'm a liar. We're not going to look at that first. We're going to look at the Black Friday sale, which I said. So yeah, we're going to come back to that in 2 seconds. Okay, so we're going to look at our sale. So we've got 2 days left. 10 hours. We've got a very nice timer that you can just sit here and look at if you wanted to. So you get up to 50% off November 25th to December 2nd. How many? Yeah. Well, obviously you got 2 days left. I'm being stupid. Here is the raffle link as well. If you sign up to an annual sub, so here we go. We've got the standard one. You can see 50% off, VIP, alpha. If you sign up to an annual sub, you just need to click on this, which I'm not going to do, but it just takes you to a form. You just fill out your details, like prove that you actually bought it. Don't try and trick us, yeah? And then, yeah, you're entered into a raffle to win a holiday swag box, which is amazing. So it's got like various different things in. I think it's like a surprise, but it is really, really cool. So if you get chosen, we'll send you like an email. You just fill out that form again, and then we will deliver them to you. So yeah, we've got standard subscriptions here, 20% off quarterly, 50% off annual. This is a good deal, but obviously I'm quite biased. And again, annual, quarterly, and you could do it for alpha as well. So I got a question about alpha. Someone saying like, because when you apply, you have to wait to hear back. So our team will get in contact with you. As long as you apply during this Black Friday, section, what am I saying? Black Friday time period, then that will be fine. So you just need to apply and we'll make sure that you actually get this price. So don't worry, it should take like 24 hours anyway for us to get back to you. Our lovely alpha team will talk to you. You should be fine to get on. So yeah, that's about it. Make sure that you check out. We don't have sales very often at all. We definitely don't have 50% sales very often at all. So yeah, check it out. Husker says, when Nansen Christmas gift for Husker and Buckets? Never, okay? Never for you, Husker. Unless you buy this Black Friday sale, okay? And then you can get a gift, which is our holiday swag box. Okay, let's have a look at Nansen. So we're going to look at first, like I said, fresh wallets, which is our new feature or new section. Why do I keep saying section? Who knows? Okay, so we will look at first the overview, and I've got some like examples as well of good finds. So this firstly shows you, and you can change this for wallet age. So if you want to go to 7 days or 24 hours, but we will do 15 days for this example. So at the top here, number of fresh wallets made, the inflow, so 27.7 billion, which is tons. Trending by number of wallets, it is Shiba Inu, of course, for some reason. Trending by volume, we've got ORBR, which we will actually come on to soon. So let me just go through each table. So here we just have like fresh wallet balances. So how much is held in fresh wallets? So you can see $43 billion worth of USDC is in fresh wallets. This is the number of them, total inflow, wallet balance. What one is this one? This is the highest one. Value of all tokens, calculated with current token rates, ETH not included. And then this is the one holding the most as well. So you can go through each token. Oh no, I'm being stupid. So this is the total balance. This is the market cap of max supply. Okay. So here we got stables at the top. This one we'll come on to. This one is interesting because I have no idea what it is. 245 million in wallet balances, which is interesting. So maybe you could look at that. But let's not do that now because otherwise I'll make it all confusing. Here we have Ape. Ape has had a very good week. I think it was up like 27% in the last 7 days when I last looked. Ape ecosystem is doing very well. I think they're like introducing staking, right, which has been a bit controversial. I think it's only allowed in certain areas, but yeah. So you can see where this money is going to in terms of fresh wallets, which is really interesting. Chainlink, everyone loves Chainlink. Got Matic. Matic, there's always loads of movements going on at the moment. I found some wallet that was like, what did they do? They sold loads of wrapped Bitcoin. I think it was like 100 million. No, it was 30 million wrapped Bitcoin sold, and then eventually bought like all of it, put it into stables, and then bought 2 million Matic. So that's one to watch. I did a tweet about that if you want to follow that. DAI, OO, or is that a 0? Who knows? Maker, Stake to ETH. So yeah, these are balances for you, but we have a lot more. So let's go down because I've got a tight schedule, okay, of 1 hour. So fresh wallets, this is looking at highest coin value created. So here, obviously, a good example is the Industry Recovery Fund from Binance. A good wallet to track on Nansen portfolio. Can we do that from here? Yes, you can just do that, view on Nansen portfolio, and then you can track it. Let's do it really quickly. I love portfolio. Okay, give me a sec. Don't want to just look at a loading screen. Here we go. So yeah, here is the Binance Recovery Fund. You can see 1 billion BUSD. So you can just add that if you wanted to your portfolios, and you could keep track of it, see what they get up to. Maybe they move it around. Who knows? Okay, so that's the best example of that anyway, but there's various others. You can see a lot of them are unlabeled because obviously they're fresh wallets, so we haven't got a label on them yet, but some have like more generic ones, like found on Polygon. So you can see the balances, and if you scroll over, you can see total inflows, the tokens that they're actually holding. So again, this BKKG, not sure what it is, but you could go and look further into that. Okay, latest transfers to fresh wallets. So this is just the newest one. So here we have 2,000. VIP Plus user can set a threshold, which is very interesting. Okay, so funder, obviously this is the one sending it. So there's like Akuna Capital, they're always really active. You can see they sent 300,000 worth of ETH to this fresh wallet here, which might be something to look into. 38 minutes ago, because then you could follow. That might be another one of their wallets, so we might eventually tag that. And yeah, let's look on the next page. Binance. So these are just exchanges sending to new ones. This might be helpful. So for instance here, or this might be a personal wallet. I don't know. We could look into it. But so you do research on this one. You just right click and you could go on to like wallet profiler. I could do that really quickly actually. So you can see this Binance address sending to this one, and it's actually the same wallet again here, but from a different Binance address. So you just click on this. Brings up an overview. Obviously, there won't be a ton of data because it's a fresh wallet. That's what we're looking at. But yeah, you could go onto portfolio, you can look into it further, you could add it to your watch list by clicking on this star. Of course, you could add a smart alert as well if you wanted to look even more into it, if you're really interested. Okay, let's close a couple. So yeah, you can keep going through. These are like, you can see it's pretty live actually. So every minute even, really interesting. And you get like a variety of tokens. Obviously, most of it is Ether USDC, as it always is. This is on, actually I should mention this. We're on Ethereum, by the way, so we're not looking at like other chain tokens. What's this one? Coinbase custody sending Maple. So this is like a really just interesting tab, this Fresh Wallets one, to really check out and get used to, I think. I think we're still figuring out like, well, it'll be by user case, I guess, what they find it most helpful for. So here we can see Genesis, very in topic. Quite interesting one, actually. It might be a good example. So you can see Genesis sending 2.5 million to this random Fresh wallet. So this is a good find, actually. So if you're looking into, okay, what's going on with Genesis, you could then click on this one, like I said. You could add it to a portfolio. Message it on Connect. I'm not sure that's going to work there. I don't think they'll reply. They might be a bit busy. So yeah, you can just keep going through, looking at latest transfers, see if there's any interesting tokens, any interesting wallets like we just looked at with Genesis. And yeah, you can like filter by, let's go token flow instead. Sending tons of this weird token, USDC. So these are large amounts as well. Alta Finance, Treasury, sending Alta. It's quite an interesting one. Let's look at this wallet. Let's do wallet profiler. Oh, I can give you a different example actually. Let's do this. If we go to wallet profiler for token, put it in here. What was it? Ultra Finance. So this wallet profiler for token, it just lets you look at a specific wallet and then the specific token that you want to look at. Can Nansen analyze central exchange activities too? Whatever goes on like within a central exchange is pretty difficult to track, obviously. So not particularly, but we can look at exchange flows. So coming out and then going in, but like within is much more difficult, obviously. But we can look at that, sure. So yeah, this is, if we filter by time, more interesting. This was the wallet, the transaction we just looked at. So they sent a ton over to some random one. And again, a ton over to this one. Oh no, this, yeah, so this would be the one we're looking at because this is outgoing to found on Phantom. So yeah, I don't know what Alta is, but you could look into it. I've never heard of it. Some DeFi protocol. Hopefully you can't hear, there's like a vacuum going on outside, which is very helpful. Hopefully you can't hear that. Okay. So yeah, I think I've covered these. Sorry, I'm just thinking of time because obviously you want to look at other stuff. So let's go on to funders quickly. Okay, so we're on Fresh Wallet funders. I think I have an example for this one. Oh no, I know what we're looking at. So these are the wallets that have funded Fresh Wallets. So you can see the tokens that they've sent, the amount they've sent as well, how many Fresh Wallets they've funded. So you can go through here. Ones that stand out is like unique, I guess. Bovada, I'm not sure what this is. But I think we had a good example and I had a look for it, but I think it might have just gone outside of the time frame. There was a, let me just look over here, 1 second. There was a Polygon wallet, let me just look, which was Polygon ecosystem growth. And it had like distributed like 12 million to 4 different wallets. So this is interesting because it would have been like, they might be distributing for like partnerships or investor distribution, team payments. So that was a good find. It would have been perfect if it was here still for this episode, but I think it must have gone. But you can of course find others like that. So if we're looking at, let's see if we can find one, be lucky. in the small amount of time. Robinhood. It's quite interesting. You don't see Robinhood much. Blocker down. Oh, not much money. Let's go by highest amount. Genesis. Again, 100 million here. So Genesis still active. And you wouldn't really find this, or at least you wouldn't find it that easily as well, without this like dashboard that we've got. Okay, so there's various other things. Acuna Capital, they're sending various tokens up to 30 million, 35 wallets. That's a lot. So you can look what they're doing with them. I'm sorry, everyone. So you just track what they're up to. And then this is again, so we're looking at first like fresh wallet funders, but just for ETH. So this crypto.com, you'd expect a lot of these to be exchanges, but you can find other stuff as well. Stake.com is a very interesting wallet. It's that like crypto casino that like all the Drake and all those streamers are on. Might be something to look into. I've always thought it'd be really interesting to get like more data on that. Like how many people are using it and all of this, how much money is going in and out. According to Drake's Instagram, a lot of money, but I'm sure he's getting paid or whatever for it. So yeah, you can keep going through, look at like fresh wallet ETH funders as well. So there's tons to look at. I think this is definitely one of the dashboards that you can just look at for a long time. Figure out like what tables are most helpful for you and all of this. Let me just close this quickly. Okay, last section. How much time have I used up? 16 minutes, that's okay. So if we go on to Tornado Cash, so this is really, really interesting. I don't know if any other product has like data on Tornado Cash as cool as this. So yeah, we have fresh Tornado withdrawal wallets. So these are fresh wallet addresses like withdrawing from Tornado Cash. So you can filter, I think this must be filtered by time. Oh no, this is just showing in general. So you can go on token balances, you can look at inflow again. So this gives you an overview of like all the various wallets that are withdrawing or have withdrawn from Tornado Cash. You can see the tokens, most of the time obviously is limited and what they can actually use. But they've got various things, USDC, this person doing various tokens, but not much money worth. So yeah, this is really interesting. Oh, have I just gone down a table? How did that happen? Okay, so this is the withdrawal one. Somehow I skipped on to depositors. Okay, so we are on to depositors now. So now we can look at, so these are ones that have the label of Tornado Cash Depositor. So you can see their balances, historical tokens again. So this like Tornado Cash tab is here to like give you an overview basically of all the people that interact with Tornado Cash. So you can see what they got up to, withdrawing, deposits. And then here we have, because it's very important to look at further than just the individual wallets, like the wallets that have interacted with them. So you can see this person or this wallet here has a balance of 70 million of USDC, USDT. So you could look into this. They might be related to some hacks or whatever. Or of course, Tornado Cash has other uses than what everyone just talks about in terms of exploits or whatever. So this one again, way more tokens. So yeah, you can keep going through, have a look. I think it's really interesting. It's just nice to have like an insight into Tornado Cash because you don't normally have much data on it. So this is like the place to go to see what's going on. I'm sure I could have given better explanations here, but I'm thinking about time and also it's just come out. So if you have questions, you can definitely drop us a question like on Twitter. We'll look into it for you on like how best to use it. If you have an amazing way to use it, let us know because we'd be very interested. Let me just check the chat quickly. Yeah, that's a good point to make, Greg. This feature at the moment is just for VIP and Alpha subscribers. So remember, the Black Friday sale, if you want to get a VIP or Alpha sub, you can start using this. Okay, let's head back. Oh no, let's not head back. One last thing, I promised we'd look at ORBR. So let's see if I've still got the... Yes, here we go. So I filtered it here by like fresh wallet balances. So total amount currently holding ORBR. So we've got 35 different ones. 500 million inflow, total wallet balances is now 486 million. And then this one holds the most. So why this is quite interesting is, so we had a look at, it's the token for whatever this is. I think it's a gaming company, Orbler. So looking at it, it's very possible that this is like distribution to investors. So we have 35 wallets sending out a lot of money, or a lot of money worth of this token. So it's an example, just a really quick example. It might be like sending out to the various people that were invested in it. So it's a nice instance of where you can see something. You've never really heard of the token, but they're sending out loads to various like fresh wallets. You can then do further research into them. So I just went on their Twitter, or I just typed in ORBR, went on their Twitter, and then you can go onto their website. And then here are the various investors: Polygon, Coin1, Huobi. Quite big investors actually, but I've never heard of it, or maybe I should have. But I'm quite a Web3 gaming noob, I guess. I don't look into it enough. So yeah, that's a nice little example. How much time? I've used 20 minutes. Wow. Okay, time flies when you're looking at fresh wallets. Okay, I don't want to close all of them. Give me a second. Let me get back on. Okay, so what we're going to look at now is I'm going to do a zoom through then, I guess, of our product. So this is the home screen that you start off with. Just here to kind of give you a really quick like snapshot of what's going on. So here we have hot contracts on Ethereum. So you can see like smart money depositors. If I zoom out, it might look a bit better. So we have like various contracts, StakeDAO, ACX USDC has 10 smart money depositors, so it might be something to look into. DeFi Paradise, top liquidity pools by smart money, gas consumer accounts in the last hour. This one is looks really crazy chart. Sorry, just drink water 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, this is what looks like an insane chart, but it's just showing the balance of stablecoins and then exchange flows for stablecoins as well. So if we go to the peaks, we can look at it even better if we go on to, just really quick, Stablecoin Master. So this is just the same chart but blown up bigger. You can see the peaks here back in June, 41 billion of stablecoins, and now we are down to 36 billion of stablecoins. So a lot has come off. Hopefully people moving their coins into custody, but also, of course, one of the biggest changes now doesn't exist. So you would expect a lot of stablecoins to be gone. Okay, so let's go back to home. So here, again, this is just a quick overview showing you hot NFTs, smart money token holdings. In the change in the last 24 hours, not that much going on actually. It's quite low. Just boring stable coins at the moment. This is very similar, showing you ETH coming off exchanges. Again, looks very drastic. But it's really, 26 million down to 22.7 million in ETH. But again, consider FTX is gone. But hopefully, people moving stuff off exchanges. So it's all a combination. Smart money inflow into various tokens. Floki, wow, 28,000 into Floki. Smart money outflow, 8. So people, the thing with this though, you have to consider. So people aren't necessarily just sending out to sell. They might be sending it out to like put it into some liquidity pools or whatever. So you can look further into that. This is GM Digest. Sorry if I'm going. Oh, you don't want Siri. Sorry if I'm going really quickly. Showing just like a quick look at the market news. So you can look at this each morning, find out what's interesting. BlockFi suing Sam over shares in Robinhood. This one is really cool. Annotated Ethereum roadmap. I had a look at that the other day. So yeah, this is like a nice way to quickly get your news. Okay, let's go on to What is more interesting? Smart money. Okay, hopefully everyone can still hear me. I'm just checking. Yes. Okay, so this is looking at our smart money wallets, which is like our amazing feature if you're new to Nansen or never really looked into it, but you're considering Black Friday. So this is just showing you. So we have various different like requirements to become a smart money wallet. So you could be like smart money, smart NFT trader, smart DEX trader. There's various things that you can look at. So then you end up with this emoji. And yeah, you're a smart money person. So this is really helpful because they have like historical activity of being profitable. So then you could look at them and like see what they get up to, because you might be able to find some good alpha. So here, I've shown this before, but what I would do, so you can see Parify here, is most of the time, if I'm doing a really quick overview, I would change your take it token. So filters are only available for VIP, but of course you could use it on standard and just look through. But I would go for wrapped ETH, or you can do USDC, same purpose, because then they're selling wrapped ETH for whatever is on the right hand side. So you can filter here. This person just selling wrapped ETH for stables. All of these people are, in fact. This is the Floki culprit, it looks like. 12 wrapped ETH for a load of Floki for whatever reason. This person, 20 wrapped ETH for PNK. Oh, and even more again, same person, PNK, I don't know what that is. So that person might be related to the project, or who knows, you'd have to look into that. So you just like right click it, wallet profile for token. So yeah, you can go through, you can switch this to USDC, you might be seeing what people are selling for, Fleur, buying FTM and Ape, and selling for USDC, Fleur up to a lot of stuff. So yeah, you go through and you just kind of see what people are doing. You might be able to find some interesting tokens like early on. Here we have token transfers. So you can just filter by highest amount. We definitely need to add like a USD value for this. I think that'd be really helpful. But if you go through, because a lot of these are strange tokens, you can see here sending like millions of stables. This is Jump, always sending stuff. Wallet sending to Genesis, in contrast to what we looked at earlier. Arca, interesting. HXRO, I don't know what that is. Look into that. NFT collector sending to Parify, a load of 4. It's quite interesting stuff today. So yeah, you just like find these type of instances, you look into them further. And yeah, let's go on to transactions. So here, I think I did a tweet yesterday or maybe the day before, who knows what happens to time, about how when you used to filter by ETH here, it would always be like Jump, Wintermute to be fair, but it would be like Jump, 3AC, Alameda, and they've all disappeared, right? Now it's just flooded with Jump. So it's a good example of what's happened over the last year, which is insane. But yeah, once you get out of the Jump craziness, so Jump always are depositing loads, so it's kind of hard to read into what they're doing. They might be doing like ARBs, or might just be doing market making. It's kind of, you can't look into it too much. So if you see like a tweet about Jump, always think, is this unusual or not? It definitely can be sometimes, like we saw with the FTX stuff. They were withdrawing huge amounts, which was definitely more unusual than normal. But yeah, you can get into like more specific wallets here, 20 ETH, 15 ETH levels. You can see what they're up to. DeFi Brian on Twitter, 2.2 to whoever this is. I don't know why. Delta Investor, interesting label. So yeah, go through there. Token holdings, let's look at quickly. So this is just showing you the tokens currently with the top holdings by smart money. So you can look at changes in the last 7 days. Matic, like I said, USDT. You can look into these further, of course, see who's actually holding them. I think someone did a thread using Nansen yesterday about this, hash flow. Go check that out. Celsius, God. So yeah, a lot going on. I don't know why I've got Maple on my watch list. Maybe I used to think I was going to buy some, but who knows? So this part is a bit ironic at this point, because yeah, Jump has all this high balance, but Genesis, Alameda still holding 100 million. FreeAC still got 42 million. I think that's in like 2 wallets. 38 of it is in one or something. Obviously, this is all in custody of someone else now, the people who are like dealing with the insolvency. But yeah, this is definitely a good point to make here. So people like A16Z and even Paradigm, as we saw, like they're sending to like various fresh wallets, so we don't have those labeled yet. So even though this like gives you an overview of like the ones we have labeled, it's very, very likely they have a lot more, because they're always moving money about. Same with like A16Z, that obviously we all know they have tons more money than that, but that's just like the wallets that we have labeled, and they invest obviously in like equity and stuff as well. So yeah, Dragonfly, same thing. So this is just like a quick overview. Smart money, stablecoins versus altcoins. Always a good point to make here is that like, because we're showing percentage holdings, it's likely, or it will go up as like the prices of everything else goes down. But I thought it is quite interesting. I looked the other day. So 27th of August, and then of course when all the craziness was happening, 9th of November, almost 40% in stables. This one is more interesting back here. What was happening at the end of August? I can't remember. But yeah, 40% is quite wild. Compared, yeah, to back here when life was good. April 2021, it was like 3%. So yeah, a good kind of sign of the market. So that is smart money. You can definitely go into specific ones. You just go onto Smart Money Token Profiler and have a look at that. What else? Because I'm going to run out of time. Let's look at quickly. Let's go Stablecoin Master. Had a really brief look at it earlier. So here is quite similar to like our exchange holdings, I guess. So here we're showing like stablecoin exchange balances, but the same thing. Especially true for Coinbase. Coinbase always sending to fresh wallets all the time. So we'll definitely have like undervalued for Coinbase and various others. But Binance, you see 24.5 billion in stables, which is enormous compared to others. So yeah, this is just showing balances. And then if we go on to notable wallets. Oh, someone's got a question. Can Nansen be used to help identify the identity of a scammer? Identity-wise, obviously that's very, very difficult. If we have a label on them, for whatever reason, a scammer is someone that we have labeled, that would be very lucky, because then maybe it might be helpful. But other than that, in the same way as any on-chain activity, looking at any on-chain activity, I guess, helps. But you need Zach XBT to go into the off-chain stuff, I guess, or the police, of course. It shouldn't be Zach XBT. How do you guys determine Coinbase balance? Don't they have 1 million wallets? You're right. So they're always moving money all the time. So it's quite hard to get like an accurate balance for Coinbase. But they're a public company, right? So you can look into their financials anyway. But yeah, in terms of like individual wallets, you're definitely right. They move stuff all the time. So it's very hard to keep track of. So yeah, back to what I was doing. Top stablecoin balance changes. So this is just every wallet with the top balances. Tether Treasury, we have marked as 4 billion at the moment. Binance, as we looked at earlier, OKX have a lot. This does give me a good opportunity. Let's go on to portfolio. So if we go onto entities, have a look at this. So exchange holdings. So this is like various exchanges that we've worked with or like partnered with. Some of them we've like just worked on their public information as well. So like put out data showing what they hold. You can look at, so I'm not going to give you an explanation, but you can look at their various like documents that they put out explaining what they are actually showing. So for instance, let's just look at Huobi for just random. Huobi put out like a blog post, you can go check that out, explaining what they're actually showing here. So with 3.6 billion, but it's just really nice because you can just go on here, find all of it in one place, which is very convenient, of course. We are working on a update for this, so it should end up eventually in like a table with the highest balances, all showing. So yes, go and have a look at this. This is completely free on Portfolio. How much time have we got? 25 minutes. Okay. This one, daily on-chain volume, I thought is interesting. So if we go to all, oh wow. So November versus November looks like it's going to be the highest for on-chain volume ever, or at least, yeah, definitely will be ever. So very tight to December 2021, which would be around the top. So it shows what a crazy month November has been. I didn't really expect. Is there possible to set an alert on increases or decreases on the exchange? Yes, I think you should be able to do that. So you would just go on smart alerts, and then you would fill in. We can look at it quickly. So you can fill in the various wallets that you want. So you put in like all the Binance wallets here. Obviously, we don't cover Bitcoin on our Nansen main product, so you might miss out on them. But if you want to look at like ETH and the other ones that we do cover, you can put them in. And then, yeah, you can just set like a min USD value, and then you'll get alerted about the transaction. So yeah, you could do that. Yes, hopefully that's helped. I have to go over that very quickly. You get to see my smart alerts if I'm not revealing anything. JG, I'm sorry, I'm tracking you, keyboard monkey. Okay, let's go back. We don't want NFT paradise. What are we on? Stablecoin. Okay, last thing on this, just showing you market caps of stablecoins as well. So you can see BUSD on the rise. USDC still with the highest. This is on Ethereum, by the way. USDT still like just stable, ironically, for 32.5 billion. That helped, thank you. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's have a look at what else should we look at in this small time. I think what might be quite interesting, because we don't cover it that often, is looking at this entity Billboard. So this gives you like a really nice view of like what is being used at the moment, or so you can filter by one day. But if we go by 7 or 30, let's do 7 or 30, you can do. So here you can filter them by like user change and transaction change and how many users, whatever you want. So why this is quite interesting is if you filter by sector, just give me a second, you just drink water. Okay, if you filter by sector, right, you can go on like DeFi or NFTs, whatever you want. You can have a look at them, like how many people are using the various things. So here we have a cross protocol, not sure what that is. Loopring is like an increase in the last 7 days of users. I think a lot will be down because last week is like an anomaly. I guess the last 2 weeks are unique in terms of DeFi had a lot of usage because CeFi was imploding. So everyone moved over to like DeFi indexes and things like this. So it's probably very expected that you'll have like a user drop, a transaction drop this week. But you still see some increases. So Stargate going on the up. You can see how many smart money users are using them. So of course, a lot of them are using Uniswap in the last 7 days, Curve, SushiSwap, all of this. It's quite a nice look actually, in terms of like you can have a look at users in terms of Uniswap versus SushiSwap versus Curve. So these are the top like DeFi platforms. And then you can actually compare. So if you're thinking of like buying a token or whatever, you can have a look at how many people are actually using it. So yeah, I think that's quite interesting. Top entities by user, Zen, I don't know what goes on there, but they're always really high. What one is this? Oh, it's just other, okay. So yeah, this is a nice little snapshot. You can filter again, like I said, by sector, to whatever you want. You can change the time frame as well. Let's look at quickly. I think let's go on to ETH Tracker. I'm thinking I'm just going through the ones that I use most of the time. So ETH Tracker here, although we don't have like ETH for our token God mode because it's not an ERC20, you can still track ETH using this tab here. So this just shows like all ETH movements. We had a really quick look at this earlier, of the balances of ETH significantly dropping over the last few months because it has been a crazy few months. So yeah, this is showing again ETH on-chain flow volume per exchange. So on-chain flow has been dropping. Recently for exchanges, I'm not going to dare to explain that. It looks interesting. You need someone more technical than me to give you a good answer for this one. But the significant drop-off is probably something to look into. When was this? It was around the craziness of SBF. Okay, Ethereum contracts. This is quite interesting as well. Again, probably beyond me, but you could look into why has there been like this huge spike in Ethereum contracts deployed. So what is this? 1st of November per month. So in November, there's been a massive increase in contracts deployed on Ethereum. For whatever reason, I'm not sure. So yeah, you could look into that. Why is that? Who knows? That part is beyond me. So last thing, it just shows you here, really helpful, top transactions in the last 7 days. So here you can filter by the amount of ETH. So this is showing in the last 34 hours a ton of ETH moving here, which is weird. It's gone from this. Oh, it's the same. So it's from this wallet to this one, to this one, to this one. Oh, maybe if I was on Chrome, it would be easier. But all of these look related, right? Or very possible. Let's have a look. No, so yeah, all of the ETH is in this wallet currently. Very possible this is an exchange. On transactions. Yeah, so this is a fresh wallet, it must be. So it just received all the ETH and then a really tiny amount from another one. Maybe it's a test. No, this is after it. I don't know, interesting. Likely an exchange, but something to look into. What's this one? Vertenity to 200 million traders. An interesting label. Never seen that. Who is this? Anyone in the chat know 200 million trader? Oh, is it a person? I don't know. Something to do with Maker. Maybe I should know. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, this is just looking at top transactions. You can definitely find interesting stuff, as we just have. Here, so yeah, another thing to look at all the time. Yeah, that is a rare looking label. I've never seen that. A lot of labels today in this episode that I've never seen. The same person here. So this is someone to look into. 200M trader selling to 1 inch. A lot of ETH. I don't know. I'm going to look into it. Aave Arc whitelisted. I've never seen that. So yeah, it's a good episode to be watching for if you're interested in labels. Okay, there is another thing I want to look at. Let's go on to Uniswap, or I'm just choosing a random token because I want to show you one feature. How much time have we got? Okay, I'll try and do a really quick run through of NFTs because I know people will be interested after this. So why I wanted to come onto here is for two reasons. So I've just chosen Uniswap because it's just in my head, but you could choose whatever you want. So the two things to look at here is we have a new exchanges tab and obviously the fresh wallets one. So I'll cover this really quick. It's effectively what we looked at earlier, but just for one specific token. And it's also cool because you can filter off and on for central exchange transactions. So you can remove them or turn them on. So this is just like specifically for Uniswap. And the same thing. So it's the same tables for one token because you might just want to narrow down into one. But let's go on to exchanges. So this is a new tab that shows like specifically for whatever token you want, data on exchanges. So someone actually mentioned earlier, right? What's going on exchanges. This might be helpful for you. So here it shows like 400 million Uniswap or Uni on exchanges at the moment. 40% of the supply is on exchanges, quite interesting. But of course, vast majority of that is on Uniswap for this case. Max central exchange deposit is cool. So 180,000 deposit at 24 hours, which is quite a lot. Massively up on yesterday. So here, yeah, it just shows you the top exchange balances for the tokens. Uniswap, of course, for this case, but you can see it's on Binance, Coinbase, various other things. This is cool. So it's your exchange depositors and withdrawers, specifically for this token. So this person here, 180,000 Uni tokens deposited. Don't know who that is. Acuna Capital deposited 14,000. So you can go through if you're like very interested in, is someone dumping my token? Let's say you own Uni, you can go on this, have a look about who is depositing, who is withdrawing as well. It might be positive for you. Oh, you can see Acuna basically just deposited and withdrew it. So not much going on there. And then this one is quite cool. So, oh, is Uni on the way up? I don't even know. Price has been going up. So here is showing you the price chart here with the white line. And then we also have like deposit, so smart money deposit, smart money withdrawals, and then just general large deposits and withdrawals as well. So you can try and see like, is there any pattern forming for the specific token in terms of, is there like a smart money withdrawal or something every time that the price goes up? So you can see there was all these withdrawals here and a lot of withdrawals here, and then the price has gone up. So that might be a sign that you can then look at. So this is showing outliers only. All data, I imagine the chart might look crazy. Yes, that's why they have the filter on. So there's a lot going on if you just go for all data. But you can filter again by like different time frames as well. So we're on the 7 days here. Go to 14 days. So again, top exchange transactions. This is all just showing like all the exchange data for one token of your choice. So just go, you'd have to just research, I guess, whatever tokens you're holding, or if you're considering buying one, if you're considering should I sell one, all of this, have a look. So yeah, let's do in our last 10 minutes. Sorry, everyone, it's been a rush. 1 hour really zooms by, it's crazy. Let's go on to NFTs quickly. So NFTs, you'd always start with, or you can do whatever you want, but I would always start with NFT Paradise. So look at the market overview, which ones are doing well today. So 24 hours. Bored Ape ecosystem, again, dominating the volume. Valhalla, still having some activity going on. Dingaling swept the floor, right? I think they were down to like 0.5 and now almost 0.7. So you could have made 0.2, which is okay. Depends how many you bought. Azuki still doing quite well, holding above 10 ETH. It's quite interesting. There's really not that many large, I think there's 4 maybe, collections above 10 ETH. This button doesn't want to work for some reason. It's not helpful. Okay, give me a second. So yeah, if you look back to like 2021 and all that craziness and euphoria and all these big collections, it's quite amazing that now there's really barely any that are above 10 ETH. So you don't want to feel to end up with some weird things. This is, I don't know why it's taking so long to load, but ordinarily I would just click on the all and then you can filter by 10. So Mutant Ape, Punks, Bored Apes, like you can see Clonex now are down under 10, but Azuki are above. I think there are literally 4. Let's see if it works this time. If you're counting like 10K-ish PFP collections anyway, because there's nouns and I think cyberclones are above. I'm not going to mention penguins. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I mentioned them too much. Okay. Floor. Yeah, so if we look here, Azuki, Mutant Ape, Bored Ape, Punks. So these are the only 4 really of like 10K plus, because Mutant Ape's like 22 or something like that. I know these are like 9,999, but if we're being realistic, it's about 10K. So only 4 now remain above 10, which is really crazy. So yeah, I'm spending a lot of time on that, talking about that. Here is your profit leaderboard. Looking at just like the most profitable NFT traders. Moinu has been like very active actually recently, buying like that art blocks friendship bracelets or whatever it's called. Definitely a wallet to look at. I think one of the most interesting NFT trader wallets, the most profitable. I've mentioned various times. It looks like a lot of these wallets are owned by the same person. So definitely track what he or she gets up to. Have a look. So yeah, let's go on to Mint Master. This shows you latest mints, minting volume. So if you're looking at, okay, what's minting today? Does anything look interesting? Here we show you the latest reveals for these mints. Tons of stuff, which is hopefully what I'm trying to portray. There's too much for me to even cover in 1 hour. So yeah, this one is really interesting. Another super active wallet. That's why I've got them on my watch list. Just showing you smart money activity for NFTs in general. So Brava Zulo, this person really, really active as well. Lance Theo, and buying loads of stuff recently. Dreamy, what is this? Am I missing out on something? Interesting. A lot of people on this Dreamy thing might be something to look at. It's a good example actually. Let's go on to NFT God mode. I find an interesting collection, but is it actually interesting? We're going to find out. So it's obviously minted today. Oh wow, very condensed here because it's just minted, but you can see the smart money people. So that Bravo Zulo guy, there's a lot going on here. So maybe this is an interesting mint to look at. So this is like specifically looking at one NFT. Let's say you have one in mind, you already hold one, you want to buy one, whatever. So yeah, let's have a look. Top balances. So Bravo Zulo is one of the highest balances. And that Lance Theo person. 144 NFT collector, whoever that is. So not a ton of smart money actually. At least not a ton of smart money holding, it doesn't look like. But one to look into actually. Okay, it's quite slow loading at the moment. Maybe I've got too many things going on. So yeah, you can have a look at tons of stuff. We've done various threads. You can look at like recent trades. If they're in profit, you might want to get a lot of the people out who minted early, and then you might be able to move on further. Smart money buying. You can look at listings, so how many sweeps or how many buys are needed to move up to the next floor price. This is really slow. I will probably mention it to the team. I don't know why it's slow. Let's go into listings. So here it shows you 185 listed is very low. Oh, total supply only 200, so that is not low. That's almost majority of them listed. Unless we're calculating that wrong because it's a new mint. That might be the case. So this is definitely something always to look at. I look at, I always go on NFT God mode for any collection that I'm thinking of buying, any collection that obviously I'm thinking of selling as well or holding, whatever. Because you want to know, main things are like, who are the top holders? Are there smart money involved? For me, I always look at in particular what smart money holders are involved. So there's like certain wallets that I look for. Are these people there? That's normally a good sign. And then you want to look at like listings, like I said, how many buys are required to move it to the next price. There's tons of things. So if it's like a older collection, you can see how many are held by like diamond hands. So it's a good sign, for instance, like a ton of Bored Apes are held by people who might never sell in reality and they've just been holding the whole time. So actually the supply becomes much lower. You want to look at like supply to holder ratio, 2,150 is supply. Okay, let's have a look at this one quickly. So there's loads to look at. Eventually, once the collection has been out a bit, we have like, especially for established ones, price estimates. You might be able to find bargains. There's tons and tons of data on Nansen. That's why it's an amazing product. Let's have a look at this quickly. Is this a dodgy collection? Ooh, I don't know. Okay, so there will be 777. So it hasn't minted out fully. Let's go on their Twitter quickly. Oh, I don't know. It's quite interesting. I obviously have done like 30 seconds of due diligence, so don't listen to me. But it looks quite interesting. I don't know. I'll check it out. Do your own research, of course. So yeah, this is all the data you'd have specifically for one collection. And then NFT Paradise has all the data for like the wider market. And then we'll also have NFT item profile. You want to go on specific one item from a collection. So whatever you're holding, let's say your PFP, you can look at that. You can look at tons of stuff. So this shows you marketplace data. So it's a good one to finish off on. Oh, we got 2 minutes. Okay. It's a good one to finish off on because it just shows you the wider market and what's been going on. So some interesting patterns to notice. Transactions have been falling quite significantly over the last few weeks, but volume isn't actually, like, it's been down bad for a while, but prices are massively lower than they used to be. But volume isn't down that bad. So it's quite interesting, even though transactions are down. I think a large reason for this is a lot of the transactions have been buying like high value things. So a lot of art block sales, Fidenzas, a lot of Bored Apes, of course. The Bored Ape ecosystem has been doing very well. So transactions are down, but people are buying expensive NFTs, it would seem, anyway. Users also on the way down. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Buy is down. So it's all, of course, all Vincent van Gogh selling one Bored Ape. It's been a month really dominated by crypto rather than NFTs. So eyes have been on crypto and exchanges. So I think NFTs have lost a bit of their limelight. But this is how it goes. You know, it's in cycles. NFTs always drop off, come back, whatever. So yeah, this is nice to look at in terms of the wider market. And then what I want to just quickly end on is us showing. So we have blur data, which we added quite recently. So So here we have volume per week. It looks slightly odd because they're new, so it's quite a spaced out chart. But you can see their volume each week. So they had this huge week closing on the 7th. Luckily, they closed on the 7th because I think 7th was when all the FTX stuff happened. But yeah, so this is the 18,000 that week, which is crazy. And then now has been hovering around like 6,000 to 8,000. Here again, you can see users dropping off a bit. They had that amazing week. This, I think, is interesting. They seem to have a ton of users over the last couple of days. I think this is because of Bored and transactions. I think this is because of the Bored Apes and buyers on the way up. So yeah, Bored Ape ecosystem. So here we go. You can see a lot of people are buying their apes and all of this. Oh, pudgy penguins. Beans, other side. People buying art gobblers still. Someone still believes. Oh, various people believe. Okay. 4 ETH, 5 ETH, Clone X. So yeah, Blur has been doing well. I think it's interesting and nice to have like a different competitor. It's always good to have competitors in the market. You get innovation, which they've definitely been doing. So yeah, Blur is now integrated. So anything that you're looking at will also include Blur. This will therefore include, let me just go back. So Blur will also be included on this table now as well. So anything that you're buying, oh, another thing to look at, whatever that is, spirits of something. So it will also be included on all of this data as well, which is amazing. And we're always very reactive and good at getting things quickly added. So that I said art gobblers would go back up. That is true. And they did go back up, okay? For like 2 ETH and then they died again. But technically, okay, I was right for a very short period. Okay, I just want to say quickly as well, sorry, I could have covered way more. And if you want to see more, of course, we've got 99 office hours episodes now. So go back, check them out. I did a solo episode looking at Nansen before as well. So I've definitely covered more on there included. So these are the other chains that we cover. We have NFTs on Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, Arbitrum, BNB, Solana NFTs. Solana NFTs, I could go on a whole different topic. They've been doing quite well despite the market dying recently. So their volume is up. Of course, USD value is down. I know instantly when I look at this, I can hear the shouts, okay, of the Solana community that we need to add Haid Swap, I think it's called. So I'm sure that we'll be on it. We're just very busy, but I know that we want to add everything. So yeah, transactions down, but volume up, similar kind of trend. But yeah, let me finish off. So hopefully I've done a good job of selling how much information we have on Nansen and the various things you can look at, the new features that we're always adding, how you can track, like protect your coins. You can try and find new coins to buy. You can find the same methods for NFTs. We cover everything, multi-chain as well. So super comprehensive, everything you need in terms of analytics, really. So yeah, because of that, am I showing my screen? Let me see. Oh, it's frozen. Give me a sec. Okay, here we go. So here we have again, 50% off or up to 50% off annual plans, 20% on quarterlies. Here we go. If you sign up to an annual plan, make sure that you enter the raffle because we want to see you with our holiday swag, or you might, if you win anyway. So you just click on this, enter your details, enter your purchase details. And yeah, that is it. So hopefully you go and check that out, consider. If you have any questions, just reach out to me, reach out to the main account, and we can definitely help you. And yeah, make sure you look at other office hours episodes if you're still thinking like you don't understand Nansen or you want to look more into what we offer. And yeah, that is about it. Sorry if I rushed through. We're slightly over as well. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.